What's going on, everyone? I'm your host, the Carolina Collector. Before I begin, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you for helping to make this channel possible. The channel grows each and every single day, and I really appreciate the support. If you like what you see and you enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Also, comment in the comments section below, and of course, smash that like button. If you're interested in any sports cards, I do have an eBay store called the Carolina Collector 001, where I've been selling graded slabs, 2023 Topps Chrome Mitchell and Ness cards, and several other varieties of cards and some random stuff every so often. I believe my latest listings will end in about 2.5 days, I believe. So if you want to help support the channel, click on the link in the description box below and check out what I have listed. I will be listing some more cards down the line. It's just these past couple days I've been preoccupied, and plus I did that hour-long video recently talking about the hobby and eBay and stuff like that. So I do have plans, which I discussed in that video, of listing certain refractors and other cards and sending cards off to get graded, etc. But anyway, you want to help support the channel, that's how you can do it. Click on the link in the description box below. It goes a long way so that I can pay my bills and I can get more stuff like this to review, because I plan on triggering a bunch of Gen Z, or whatever they call themselves, these millennial Gen Z it-what-who pronoun weirdos that are taking over our IPs from the 80s. I am a true child of the 80s. I was born in 1977, and I grew up with the Transformers in the 80s. And now, just like with Star Wars being polluted, you know, like these left-wing rainbow it-what-who pronoun people, you know, they're like the COVID of our society. They're walking autism, basically. And, you know, they've completely taken over, you know, Star Wars and ruined it for everybody. I'm glad that Acolyte got canceled. I haven't cared about Star Wars in a long time. I hope every single toy ends up being future landfill. Good. It should die. But anyway, I am still a diehard G1 Transformers fan. That's right, you 20-somethings and you long-haired freak shows. It's people like me who are responsible for you having Transformers today. Believe me, Grandpa knows what he's talking about. I grew up with this stuff. If it wasn't for guys my age, there would be no Nike Air Jordan Retros. There would be no G.I. Joe. There would be no Transformers. There would be no Star Wars. There would be none of this stuff. But of course, these people with their ugly, gross-looking Crypt Keeper hands, just like, you know, this, I guess you want to call him Megatron. You see this Megatron's hands? That's what their hands look like, these ugly bone claws. But anyway, what we got here is the Takara Tomy CH2 G1 and Movie Megatron 2-pack. And when I saw this, I had to get it. I didn't even know they made a thing like this. So we're going to take a look at the box real quick. So we got Japanese words, Dark of the Moon, which I don't care about. I'm not a fan of the Michael Bay Transformers. I think it's just a bunch of autism thrown up on the screen. I hated it quite a bit. But Japanese words, more words. And then, of course, behind there, I've got these two Megatrons, and I'll get into why they're there. And then, of course, you can see a recolored G1 Megatron. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a silencer or the stock. We're going to see if I can use my current G1 Megatron's stock and silencer. And then, again, we have this, whatever the hell this is. I'm not interested in that. I'm not even going to bother looking at it. But here's the box. Unfortunately, the box came a little dented, but it got here fairly quickly. And, of course, we're going to break this open. Now, there's a reason why I got these two Megatrons here. One is from Transformers Prime. The other one is from the War for Cybertron. Okay. Transformers Prime Megatron here, which I've got 2 upgrade kits. I've upgraded his arm cannon, and I was able to track down the upgrade kit for his back to reduce the kibble on his back, and he has a brand new head. and brand new arms and hands. So, this Megatron is upgraded. And in this universe, in his continuity, he's a proper Megatron. And this Megatron works. Okay? This is not G1 Megatron. All right? This is a completely different continuity, a completely different storyline. And I've had a debate with some moron that came onto my channel, which eventually I blocked because I could see what they were trying to do and I wasn't going to let it happen. But, of course, there are people that are out there that want to entice you into saying or do stupid stuff. And I put a swift end to that because I wasn't going to debate this person. The simple fact of the matter is this is not G1 Megatron. It's a good representation of a G1 Megatron, but this is a completely different continuity. All right? And this Megatron turns into a tank. Now, recently, we've all learned that Studio Series 86 is going to have its own Megatron. But the problem that I have with that is they want to turn him into a tank. He was not a tank in the 86 movie. He was not a tank. In Season 1 of G1 Transformers, he was a Walther P-38. In Season 2 of G1 Transformers, he was a Walther P-38. In the G1 86 movie, all right, he was a Walther P-38. So there's G1 Megatron in all of his glory, and here's whatever that is. So what do we got here, first and foremost? So we do have a G1 Megatron, and it looks like he's got his silver weapon. I guess that's a gun. He's got the sword. He's got the pellets. And you see his fusion cannon, but there is no stock and silencer. So let's free this wonderful, amazing reissue Megatron out of his plastic prison. And we're going to take a look at him. This is actually, let me tell you, off camera, he looks a lot better. He looks a lot better in person than what I saw in the photos when I ordered this guy. And I've seen older YouTube reviews of this guy. So I'm just kind of getting him set up here in all of his G1 Megatron goodness. So bear with me here one moment, everybody. I'm trying to get him to look like he does in the cartoon, because some people will put the little cannon on his side. Others will put it on his back, which is the proper way, like what we see in the cartoon. So here he is. Let's hand this camera down. This is a really, really nice Megatron. So here... Oh, almost dropped it. There's always something to be unexpected here on the channel. So here we have his sword, and we have his whatever this is. I guess it's a gun. So I really don't care about these weapons, to be honest with you, because you never see him using stuff like this in the cartoon. Let's put his fusion cannon on his arm. Now, that's a proper Megatron. And what's nice is that the Decepticon emblem is tampographed. So, he's a little floppy like G1 Megatrons typically are. I'm probably going to have to tighten the screws up here a little bit because it is a little loose. But, yeah, I mean, this is amazing to see him in this gray color. And off to the side here, I actually have the 16 special reissue Megatron from Japan, because Americans are goofy and scared of having children play with toy guns. So we won't have a G1 release here in this goofy country of ours. You know, so the Japanese must be doing something right. Because I guess, you know, we're a bunch of morons and low IQ knuckle draggers. But having this D16 special, or the 16 special Takara reissue, I mean, it is just amazing. You can kind of see like some of the chrome already is starting to age, because this guy's a couple of years old. I think eHobby released a couple different versions of G1 Megatron in different colors. But what's cool about the Japanese, they include the pellets. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, it's amazing. Now, there is a little baggie here. I want to see what's in here. It looks like there are, there's a sticker sheet. And it looks like there's a booklet, too. Whoa, this is cool. So, all right. Let's move these Megatrons out of the way. Honestly, don't you fall over, you. That's the one thing about G1 Megatron as a toy, is that even right out of the package, these guys are notorious for being very floppy and very loose. So, all right, there we go. I got both of them to stand up. So, we're going to take a look at what comes in that little baggie. So, here we have a sticker sheet, which I'm probably not going to use. Now, I guess because this thing was sitting in here a certain way, you can see like one or two of the stickers are kind of like peeling off the sticker sheet. But I'm not going to apply any of the stickers. I like him just the way he is. So, but that's a good representation of the original sticker sheet. And then we have this booklet. And it looks like, I'm just going to take a look off camera here quickly. It looks like a timeline. Almost. Oh, it's all the different... okay, so that's what this is. So it comes with this fold out, and it's like a timeline. And you see all of the different Decepticon leaders from their own universes, including Beast Wars, Beast Machines, Armada, Beast Wars 2 from Japan, Beast Wars Neo. I definitely want to get another Galvatron, which you see right there, right in the middle. You got G2 Megatron. You got Black Zarak. There's the gray Galvatron. I was hoping to see. So they don't have like any of the new releases on this folder, or fold out, I should say. Now we'll look on the back, and then we'll see all of the leaders, or different versions of Optimus Prime. Optimi, I guess you can say in the plural. And you can see G2 Prime, you can see Movie Prime, all the different versions of Movie Prime. You have Primal, Optimus Primal. There's Optimal Optimus. There's Big Convoy. There's Lio Convoy. There's the Bat Prime, or Primal. So, Rodimus Prime, a.k.a. Hot Rod. But anyway, so yeah, we got that, and then I'm going to assume that this is an instruction foldout, so we're going to take a look at this too. And it's in glorious Japanese. But the transformation for G1 Megatron is fairly simple. But you can see this is an instruction sheet, which is pretty cool. So there you have it. And then we have this, this piece of autism right here. Man, lately I haven't been having much luck. You know, like I keep banging into the camera and knocking things over, and oh my goodness. So let's get these guys to stand back up. No, in all honesty, these are notorious, you know, the G1 Megatrons for not being able to stand up on their own weight. So you really have to fight to get them to be on his 2 feet. There, of course, you have the cannon set up if you want to do that. But again, we have this piece of weaponized autism here. We don't care about him. We're just going to throw him over there off to the side. And it looks like Gray Megatron wants to take a nap. Always expect the unexpected on this channel. You got to have a little fun, ladies and gentlemen. You always got to have a little fun. But this is G1 Megatron in all of his glory. And I believe that this guy right here, in my opinion, I actually like this one a teensy bit more than this guy here, because, you know what, there's no chrome to ruin. There's no chrome to scratch. You know, over time, you could see, like, the chrome is starting to show some stress marks on there. That's not dust. You know, this is old school Megatron done right, you know? But what I do want to see is, I wonder if I transform him, does he have the attachment where you can actually use the stock? And he does on the back of his ankles. Look at that. So, you know what we have to do here, folks. Let's piss off the anti-gun nuts that are out there and turn him into his Walter P-38. Because in G1, Megatron was a gun. Okay? He was a gun. He was a Walter P-38. That will never change, whether you weirdos out there like it or not. In Season 1, he was a gun. In Season 2, he was a gun. In Transformers, the movie from 1986, he was a gun until he was reformatted by Galvatron. So don't give me that nonsense. So if Hasbro releases Megatron as a tank, I hope to God that Takara from Japan retools tank Megatron into a handgun and just hyper exaggerate the features. And you watch how fast I'll put my money behind something like that. I got to be careful here because, oh, this is where it gets dangerous and I don't want to break it. I'm trying not to. Oh, don't break. It's really, really stiff. Let me get this guy off camera here. So in the meantime, you guys can stare at him. Oh, man, I really don't want him to break. Oh, don't break. This might be something that will require silicone paste. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Ooh, I don't like that. You know what? I'm going to grab some silicone paste. I don't like that squeaking sound at all. And I don't want to put stress marks on them. Oh, I don't like that. Okay. I got a little tube of silicone grease. And I am going to grease his leg, because I do not want this to break. Oh man, that's rough. That's a Transformers collector's worst nightmare. Either when you have loose parts, you got to use floor polish. If you have sticky parts, it's time to break out the silicone grease. Oh man, this thing just does not want to move. Ah, there it goes. I'm just going to work that silicone in there. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I really don't want to put a stress mark on this thing. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, let's see if that works. There we go. All right. Got him free. Oof, I'm actually sweating trying to transform this guy. All right, there we go. I was able to get him to finally get into his final form right there. I tell you what, that looks awesome with the tampographed Decepticon symbol on there. There's the rub sign that you can tell he is a genuine Decepticon, which is cool. And now let's see if we can adapt the 16 special Megatrons setup here and use it on this guy, because if that's the case, what I'm probably going to end up doing is going on eBay and buy a complete setup. And it looks like it's going to work. Let's see here. Okay. Again, I'm going to have to do this off camera because, you know. So it does work. All right. Look at, ooh, this is really going to piss off the weirdos out there. There it is. Look at that. Now that is a proper Megatron. So you can take, if you already have a G1 Megatron and you're able to get your hands on one of these, there he is in all of his gun glory. The G1, a true G1 Megatron, in my opinion. I like this one a lot more than the D16 or 16 special Takara reissue. Look at that. Oh, that is so nice. Now that's a proper Megatron. Megatron always has been and always will be a handgun in his universe in G1. You know, I'm sorry to, you know, some of these dimwits that are out there who have basically taken over our childhood from the 80s. But whether you like it or not, I'm sorry. But Megatron in Season 1 was a gun. In Season 2, he was a gun. And he still should be a gun and not a tank. I'm sorry to say it. In his own universe, that Megatron right there, I guarantee, is what they're going to release in the studio series. They're going to repaint that somehow and try to pass it off as a G1 Megatron. It is not a G1 Megatron. It's an imposter piece. You know, as far as this thing turning into a gun is concerned, you know, because of panic and fear-mongering, you know, especially from the Ep.142 rainbow people and stuff like that who are anti-gun, you know, and anti-self-defense because, of course, in their backwards world, you know, criminals are, you know, treated better than law-abiding citizens. I should know because I talked about this on the channel where, you know, I try to defend myself against three such types, and I ended up getting arrested. But, of course, the charges were dropped after, you know, after I signed a deposition and everything. And it's just disgusting. It really is. That these people have completely taken over all sorts of IPs. They've taken over Star Wars. They're trying to take over the Transformers. They're trying to take over G.I. Joe. You see what happened with the Acolyte. Thank God it was canceled. What do they call them? Lesbian witches? Or something like that? I don't know. I don't care. I don't watch Star Wars. Star Wars is not female. Star Wars is not gay. I'm just going to say it. That's a proper Megatron right there. So I just got to say, and I think this would be a good metaphor for this. Let's get that Megatron out of the way. And let's get the true Megatron and get his fusion cannon pointed. I'm going to have to tighten these screws. I can see already. And we got this Megatron right here. You are not G1. Actually, let's fling him across the living room. There you go. Bye. So here is a great and fantastic reissue of Generation 1 Megatron in all of his gun glory. This is a beautiful piece, and I actually like this a lot more than the old school one because, I mean, you see how he flops around and everything like that. These are notorious for that. I'm going to have to tighten the screws. You know, I already had to use silicone on the inside of his leg because it was stiff. Ha, 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 ha. Inside of his leg, stiff. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? That's an 80s reference. You know, if you're, you know, a child of the 80s like I am, you'll get it. And, of course, he's, well, that's self-explanatory. But there you go. A proper G1 Megatron. Not a tank, not an airplane, not any of that stupid stuff. And definitely not some, whatever that other Megatron was, that brown-looking turd with a blanket over his head. So anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for checking out this video. There's always chaos on this channel. I always expect the unexpected. I'm always having a good time and trying to have fun and find any excuse to just, live a little bit. So that's what all of this is about, ladies and gentlemen. You can't take this stuff seriously. You really can't. Have a little fun, wheel it back, dial it down a little bit, and, life can be really good sometimes if you have a little fun. So, and I like to be a big kid sometimes messing around with this stuff, but clearly I got a little bit of work to do on this guy because he is loose, really loose right out of the box. So anyway, everyone, there you have it. There you have it. There's my review of the G1 reissue Megatron from this 2-pack. I couldn't care less about the tank. I don't care about the other Megatron because I hate the Michael Bay Transformers. I'm sorry, I'm a G1 purist, whether there's, people out there that think they own this hobby when they don't. So stop ruining my childhood. But anyway, thank you everyone for checking out my channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out my eBay store, the Carolina Collector 001. The link is in the description box below. I am your host, the Carolina Collector. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. And Megatron, we'll see you soon. Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, he's beautiful. That is a true Megatron. Good night, everybody.